Before we dive right into this awesome rig walk around, checking again, can I touch your rig?
Yeah, go for it.
It's okay if I touch. So I have permission, I can touch the rig. We're in this awesome scenery. We just went up to Lake Gallagher. Some of you guys probably saw footage on Instagram or YouTube. Epic scenery around here. We pulled off to the side of the road. There's this really cool river, which we're gonna go get our feet wet in a few minutes. But right now, we're gonna introduce you to Brandon.
Yep,
and
Brandon.
Also of
Broke but Rich Overland.
Yep, Broke but Rich Overland, and they are traveling. They've been on the road for a month, and they are headed from Florida to Alaska. So you guys, what are you, a third of the way through the trip, would you say?
I would say maybe a quarter because we have to drive back.
Oh, that's right. Then you're driving all the way back. Cool. So you're taking the Trans-American Trail for the most part.
Yeah. So from North Carolina to Oregon, we've been basically on and off the Trans-American Trail.
Yep.
It's a 5,000-mile trail that goes basically all off-road. We've done maybe 800 miles of off-road. The Rockies were really fun. Moab was really fun. And then we kind of got off after Salt Lake City and up to this area, the Seattle area.
Yep. Cool. Very, very cool. This thing's a beast. It has gone everywhere the Defender has gone. We went up, Brandon and I both went up a technical trail, and we went up like billy goats because you have lockers,
Yep.
Front and rear, right? And no problems whatsoever. All right, let's take a look. I already approve of your tire. This is what I use. Any issue with the tire? I mean, you guys are putting a lot of miles on it. You've got the BFG Cam2s. How have they performed going all the way across country?
Really well. I mean, I put them on honestly more for the look. I love the aggressive look of the mud terrain.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
All terrains, I'm sure, would have been fine as well. With all the rocks we're doing, if I were to buy tires again, I probably would do all terrain just because they have thicker sidewall, just a little more insurance with flats.
Got it. Okay. And bumper. What kind of bumper?
Put this bumper on like, second day I had the Jeep. It's pretty tough. It's a Smittybilt, all steel, and then Smittybilt winch in there as well.
Now, can you confirm whether these are rated tow points? They sure look like they are, right?
I've used them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very, very, very rugged. You've got rock protection here. Any concern with heat? Like, does it still breathe even though you've got this protection on it?
Yeah, it stays pretty cool for the most part.
Okay.
I mean, driving through Southern California, it's pretty hot down there.
Yep.
No issues. Yeah.
Great. And these put out enough light for you?
Yeah, they're rigid. These are the dually D2s, and then I have their hyper spots. Those things are insane.
Cool. And then what did you go with for a winch?
I went with a Smittybilt, 9,500 pounds.
Okay,
it's done its job. It's I mean, the few times that I've needed it, it really worked.
Right. And the lights built in, this comes with the bumper, or do you have to choose an aftermarket light?
I could have used the original lights, but I went with JW speaker.
Okay.
Just on all the forums, I mean, everybody raves about them. I went with their headlights and their fog lights, so the whole set.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I really like with this bumper that your winch is really accessible. It's even more accessible than on my rig. It's just right out there in the open, so that makes it really easy.
I do have a cover for it, just I mean to protect it. I hardly ever use it, so I mean might as well cover it up.
Yep. Okay, great. All right. So limb risers from a kit.
Yep.
Great. Now they fold when you put up the hood, right? They flex when you put up the hood because it's actually attached to the hood. Yep. Cool. All right. Anything about what should we know about your suspension?
It's a TerraFlex. I did their ST3 kit, and I have their Fox reservoir shocks that are adjustable, so I can adjust how much compression I have depending on the terrain that I'm on.
Yep.
It gives me a lot of options with whatever I'm doing. It's really useful.
How often have you adjusted them? Is it set it and forget it, or have you been adjusting them?
Everybody has different preferences. For me, I like it a little stiffer on the highway. It doesn't sway as much, and then when I'm on the trail, I'll soften it up a little just to kind of help the flexing.
Great. Your wheels, are these bead locks, or is that a design feature?
It's just a design feature.
Yep.
No bead lock there.
Yep. Got it.
Steel fender flares. Those things are really solid. You could put another car on top of here practically. They attach to the frame of the car rather than just plug it into the body.
Okay. Have you ever, do you stand up on it at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, got it. All right. Now, Foxwing awning, easy to take down.
Yeah.
How many minutes does it?
Probably takes me 1 minute to open it up, maybe
Yep.
2 to close it.
Okay. And you're keeping your fuel on the top.
Yep.
Which brings me to your roof rack. What
Yep.
did you go with there?
I have a Gobi rack.
Yeah.
Pretty useful. I love the fact that it just bolts on. You don't have to drill in anywhere.
Yep. I have a Gobi rack too.
Okay.
I like the Gobi rack. All
He
right.
has a Gobi there too.
And there's another Gobi rack, another Stealth. And then your sliders.
Those are factory.
Those are factory. I
Yep.
didn't know that.
I had an issue though with the 35s
Yeah.
where these were too close, and I never noticed how close they were until I aired down.
Yep.
And I couldn't even get a finger through. So I went to a hardware store, just got a hacksaw, took it off, and sawed my way through and made a little space.
Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. You just put the rubber cap back
Yeah,
on. Just the
exactly,
factory rubber
exactly.
cap right back
Yep.
on. All right, great. Well, it sure looks like it fits right now. All right. Does this Gobi rack? Oh, look, it does. Does it fold up?
Yes.
Is it designed so that you can remove the roof if you wanted to?
Exactly.
It'd be a lot of work, though, right? I mean,
Well,
but you
they
could.
make a quick disconnect that
Yeah.
you would go from the front. It's just disconnect it. You would need, I guess, some sort of device to hold it from flipping all the way back, but it'll hold it up enough that you can take the roof off.
Okay, cool. I was remiss on one thing, and that is the year, make, and model of your rig.
It's 2015 JK
Yep.
Jeep Rubicon.
Cool. Yep. All right. Smitty belt rear bumper as well.
No, this is a Poison Spider.
It's funny. It has it's the very same. It's a really similar texture. Okay.
Well, I had the fenders and the rear bumper Linexed,
Got it.
so that gives it the similar texture. I went with this one because it takes the weight of the tire off the tailgate, and it has a mechanism back there that basically puts it onto the bumper and the chassis instead.
Cool. All right. Now tell us a little bit about your interior kit.
So, took out the back seats of my 4-door, and I basically had a clean slate. I've been looking around for a long time, but I didn't really see a kit that fit me perfectly. So I basically just went to Home Depot, got some plywood, and started designing, cut everything, and it's just plywood and drawer slides back here. I was able to make a bed with a whole kitchen that slides out. I'll open it for you in a minute. Bed unfolds on top. It's a twin-size bed. It's plenty of room for my girlfriend and I.
Awesome. So how does that work? How do you actually fold the bed? You put the seats.
Yep.
Forward?
So no, I would push the seats forward just to give myself a little more legroom, but I just slide the bed forward.
Yep.
Then I take this out.
Uh-huh.
Sets right up here. And then this is actually a double drawer. So I put slides there and then some on the inside as well.
That is awesome.
Stove hooks up to this little 5-pound propane tank.
Right on.
Gives me some prep area, place to cook. I put a little pantry in here, just spices and stuff.
Great.
So it's a very open layout, very easy to cook. And then camp light right here that I just bolted onto the tire.
Got it.
So everything
So if you're cooking
really
at night,
exactly.
you've got enough light to do it.
And then this is just a big drawer.
Uh-huh.
Stuff everything in there.
Dry goods and
Yeah.
whatever you need.
Yep.
That's fantastic. I mean, you said it's fairly simple, but
Yeah.
I can see a lot of thought has gone into it. That's really, really
I have a 1500 watt inverter back there, and then I plugged a power strip into it. So I have 6, just regular 110 outlets. We put a rice cooker in there, a small blender. So it's like we're at home. I mean,
great.
living pretty comfortably.
Now, in order to support that, what is your battery setup or your power setup?
I have 2 Odyssey batteries, the 1500 cold crank amp. And then I have a Genesis off-road dual battery kit. Since the day I bolted it in, it's no problems at all. It works amazingly.
Great. How does it safeguard, to ask an obvious question, how does it safeguard your starter battery?
When the main battery gets below, I believe it's 12, it will cut everything off of it, and everything will drain off the auxiliary battery. And that you can go down to 0, all your lights will shut off, nothing will work.
Yep.
You get in, start the car.
Great. Fantastic. Okay, what else should we know about the interior here? Anything?
On this side, we actually skipped it. I have an ARB fridge.
Yep.
I made the whole box bed thing to match the height of the fridge. So the mattress actually folds up on top of the fridge.
Yep.
And when it's slid forward, you have pretty easy access to it. Just slide the front seat forward. And then on the other side, so this just kind of houses all the camera gear. And then behind this bag here is just some extra storage. In the box, I cut out a hole in the back, and it just gives me storage all the way to the back. The drawers only come about maybe 75% of the whole box, like towards the back. So it just gives me, some extra storage, things that I don't use very often.
Got it. All right, what else is up on top?
I tried to put things that are light that I don't use very often. I'll have a small 2-person tent up there, some hammocks, sleeping bag if I need it. All the heavy stuff, I try to keep down here. Keeps low center of gravity.
And then in terms of your tire carrier, you've got the Trasharoo on there and, then and a few MaxTrax, right? Yeah. Pretty standard kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works really well.
Navigation, you want to look at the cockpit?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
So pretty standard up here. I haven't done too much, just the seat covers really, now looking at it.
Yep.
Those are Trek armor. I like them, they're waterproof, so when I do take everything off and if it gets wet in the rain, no big deal. Just take them off and dry them or something.
Great.
I have a Garmin GPS unit, that's from the factory. I have the Rubicon, I believe that's standard in it. So
is that what you guys are using primarily for navigation?
We're using a little bit of everything. So to do the TAT, they sell hard copy maps, which we've been following, and then I also got their GPX files, and I converted them to a file that Google Maps can read. So I'm basically just following a blue line on Google Maps, and I have the hard copy and the Garmin satellite just in case.
Got it. Yeah. Now, for your Jeep, what would you say so far the greatest challenge has been on your journey? Anything unexpected or anything that was a challenge, something you didn't think of before you left, anything like that?
Weight, definitely.
Weight.
I can't wait to start ripping some of the steel off and put some lighter stuff on there.
Got it.
I'm almost 7,000 pounds right now.
Wow.
And on an overland trip, all the miles you're putting in, it's pretty tough on the vehicle.
Yep. No, I can see that. Now, do you think that your suspension is rated sufficiently for the weight?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Actually, I went with some heavy-duty springs that TerraFlex does, so that supports the weight a little better.
Cool. All right. Okay. What else should we know about your rig? How's power?
Plenty of power.
Yeah?
I mean, I definitely feel it with all the extra weight. I haven't re-geared, so I still have the stock 410 that comes with this. We've been with the Defender the entire way, so just kind of cruising behind him, getting pretty good MPG.
Right. So the Defender is 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
With the pedal down.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So we're just kind of cruising, taking it easy.
Yeah.
It's nice because it's a lot less stressful. You're not putting pedal to the metal every day, just flooring it.
Right.
We get to stop and see things. Yeah,
no, that's
awesome.
Fun. That's great. And you got to visit with us, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We were really stoked when we learned about you guys in Florida and that you were making the journey, and then it just so happened that the timing worked great for Washington. So that's really cool. We really appreciate that. Let's see, I've started following your images on Instagram, both on Broke But Rich, and then you also do photography, videography as well, right?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Brandon Tico. It's my name, Brandon, and then Tico.
Yep.
I put all sorts of stuff on there. Back home, I do photography. It's mainly a hobby, but I do it for some work on the side as well.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It looks really, really good.
So we just kind of post, different perspective things that typical, you wouldn't really see.
Right on. All right, so they're about a quarter of their way through their journey, so you can follow them on Instagram. If you go to Overland Bound's Instagram, we also link to Broke But Rich a number of different times, and so you can just follow them from there. You guys, you're gonna have a fantastic journey. So thank you very much for spending time with us.
Yeah, for sure. It was a pleasure.
And yeah, we've had a great time.